Alright, Mr. Sean, welcome in. How's it going, Sean? Hey, Dustin. Welcome in. Dustin, D2 Falls Bears fan. Interesting name. Or Smith's Falls Bears fan. I think this is where I want to turn. I already forget where this has got to go. Oh, it's back to the blockage. Perfect. Alright. Actually, let's refuel quick. So I could go down this way, but I kind of want to go there and get fuel. Maybe I'll meet it halfway with the other truck. Oh, yep. Hang on. Sorry. I had some difficulties last stream. 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, I had some difficulties last stream, and so I messed around with some stuff to try and get it back working how it was before. So it should be good to go now, I think. It's back to the same settings I had it at anyways. Hey, Mr. Koski, welcome in. Gamers Deluxe, welcome in. How are you two doing today, Mr. Koski and Deluxe? Weezer. And I haven't heard Weezer in a long time as far as the music goes. I'm assuming that's the Weezer you're talking about. Back to 199. Yeah, that happens. Actually, you know, yesterday, Gamers Deluxe, I lost 5 subscribers. Apparently nobody likes the game Atomfall, so when I posted that, everyone who's here from SnowRunner is like, screw this guy. So, you'll get used to it. It's never fun, but yeah, it's just part of the game. You know, some people subscribe to watch one game, and when they see an alert, what the heck? When they see an alert for some other game, they're like, dude, I don't care about that game. So, am I going to a hockey game later today? I am not, no. I'm not a hockey fan. You're not gonna like this, but I am a Vikings fan. I only watch football, and I pretty much only watch the Vikings. I'll watch some other stuff, but that's the only sport that I follow. Hello, Zavi. Welcome in. So yeah, I don't watch hockey or baseball or basketball or anything else. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to see if I have to come over here with any other trucks for this one. So vehicle spare parts, where are those? Well, I guess it's not going to tell me yet. Let's see. That's got service spare parts. Okay, so not on this map. Weezer says yes. Yeah, it's been a long time since I heard any Weezer music. Yeah, the trailer's kind of tossing me around here. I wanted to fill it up with fuel just so I don't have to run back, but maybe I'll drive back as far as I can and then fill it up from there. No stream today because my lower left leg and foot is wanting to cramp up. That's not fun. Hey, Snakebite, welcome in. I almost played Roadcraft today, but I already had a screenshot for this, and I was like, this would be easier to set up. I was trying to go live at like 11:15, but I ended up going at 19. A little bit late. For some reason, it didn't want to set up my goal, so. This is the Jeep Wrangler. This is Rex's favorite vehicle. In all of SnowRunner, this is his favorite one. He uses it all the time. He'll need to move like a saddle high trailer, and he'll bring this out to it. No, I'm just kidding. Mr. Bryce, welcome in. And Snowy, welcome in. How are you guys doing? Snake, Zavi, Snowy, Rex, Bryce. Ah, man. Started to mess around a little bit in the hard mode in Roadcraft. Yeah, I think I'll eventually start one, but I'm just kind of not sure how I want to, because the settings can be adjusted a little bit. I want to find like a nice balance between like difficulty and fun, you know? We're just fishtailing all over. Good, thanks, JJ. What about you? Sabi says I am. Good, getting ready to flip some eggs at work. Nice. We use the crocodile for our saddle high carries. So, it's the smallest truck that can carry a saddle high. I think it was Cyrus that made a video not too long ago about the smallest truck that can have saddle high. And he carried... Wait, do I have to turn here? Nope, it's this side, okay. He carried the big trailer in this region, this Season 16 heavy trailer. I didn't watch the whole video because after a while I kind of figured out it's just going to be him struggling. So I was like, oh, okay, I thought he was going to kind of talk more about like the truck and stuff, but it was more just about him struggling, which is pretty much what it's going to be if you're using a vehicle that small. So, Mr. Marty, welcome in. Greetings to all. The crawler suspension fans, yeah. Okay, stage complete. Now we gotta go get vehicle spare parts. It looks like that is in the next map. Okay. Solus Bay. Oh, I just remembered. Aviano told me that there's some wood planks. I think it was... Maybe it was over here. Yeah, I think it's right here. Those two are wood planks, and that's got to go all the way across to... I believe it's Northbridge? I think that's the one that he said. But I haven't been on in a couple of days, and I just thought of it right now. Okay, so the vehicle spare parts are there. What do we got? That's the Hercules. Alright, let's see. Do we have the Ford anywhere? So we have the LTI over here, but I don't think we have a trailer on it. And that can't pull, and that can't pull, so we'll have to go find something. That's got logs, right? Oh, nothing. Okay. Let's use the Lodestar. We haven't used that in a while. Well, actually... 4 spare parts. No, we have to use the... Well, we don't have to, but... The Ford is the only one that can carry this 4-slot trailer, so... JJ, guess how many games I have on Steam? I'll say 14. So I set my settings on to fuel on, most is default. Set the AI routes to less and sand anywhere. Oh, interesting. Because obviously the sand anywhere would make it easy, but if you're going for fun, like that clearly makes it more fun. Just being able to dump sand anywhere, or pick up sand anywhere. But then having the fuel on makes it more difficult, so it's kind of an interesting mix. Yeah, that is a lot. Bryce says he got 37 games. That's more than I have, Bryce. I think anyways. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it's around there. I don't have that many Steam games. I have a lot more on Epic, but that's just because they give away a free game, which... I don't think I got the free game last week now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe I did. But they give away free games every week, so... I just use that. I think I've bought... I talked about this a couple weeks back, but I think I've bought like 3 games on there. I think I bought SnowRunner, Far Cry... I think I bought... Oh no, I didn't buy GTA 5. That was free. I think that might be it. I feel like I'm missing something. I think I bought 3 games. And I have like 500 or something like that, I think it was. Like 497. But yeah, most of them are probably nothing you'll ever play. The reason for the sand everywhere is less driving back to the garage to fuel up. I may start another one with sand anywhere with max difficulty. Yeah, that's the thing I'm trying to figure out. I want it to be harder, but I also want it to be fun. And my first thought is because the fuel tanks on Roadcraft as of right now are not very good. They're wayfarers, right? So in order for you to build good roads for them to traverse on, you're going to have to be able to dump a lot of sand. And if you have fuel on, you're going to go through a lot of fuel dumping all that sand. So it's kind of, I guess for me, I'm trying to figure out where do you draw the mark of like, I need to have like a good roads everywhere, but also I can't just spend all my money on like fuel for the trucks to drop sand. So, but I haven't played around with it at all. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, they give you a lot of money in the game, so maybe it's not too bad, but yeah. Mr. Teddy, welcome in. How are you doing today, Teddy? Robert Weeks, welcome in. He says, hi everyone, today is my 3-year anniversary when I retired from my job. Well, congratulations, Robert. Happy 3-year anniversary. Hopefully your retirement's been going well so far. All good from Teddy's side? I usually ask this later in the stream, but I just thought of it now. Has anybody got anything fun planned over the weekend? I think I'll just be working on some videos. I have like 20 shorts, like 10 to 20 shorts. I think it's probably like 12 or 13 or something like that, but just when I'm playing like this and then something cool happens, I'll hit a button and record the last 2 minutes, but I think I have like 12 or 15 or something to go through and make into shorts. And then I have probably like 7 or 10 videos of a different game that's recorded that I gotta edit through all that and then, you know, edit or upload and create thumbnails and that kind of stuff. So that's probably what I'll do for a good chunk of the weekend. And then I've been watching football now that that's on. This year's, I mean, maybe it's just because it's the start of the year, but this year so far I've been watching all the games of football. Or at least most of them when I'm able to. I should say I've watched at least part of every game during every time slot. Might not be able to watch the whole thing, but you need to make sure to turn off your vehicles. The AI sometimes does turn the engines off when they build roads. That's interesting. That's pretty cool that they did that. I mean, it makes sense, like if they use it, they should turn it off when they're done, but that's a very good point. If you have the AI build the roads, you'll have to hop back in and turn them off, so. Crap, I was gonna get fuel from that fuel tank over there. I drove right past it again. Oh well. Robert's going out of town. Are you going to some sort of festival? Zabi's headed out. Thank you, Zabi, for stopping in. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. She said bye, JJ. Okay. I will get ready for work. Have a good day. God bless. Thank you. You as well. Plan to play SnowRunner, GTA Online, and Red Dead Online this weekend. Very nice, Marty. Sounds like a pretty fun, relaxing weekend. I know sometimes people are like, oh, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm just going to sit around and, you know, play games. I'm like, well, that sounds like a good weekend to me. Probably to a lot of you guys as well. Like, sometimes having nothing planned and just playing whatever you feel like is fun. As soon as I said that, I just remembered that Marty sent me a video like 2 weeks ago and I keep forgetting to watch it. At your aunt and uncle's place, okay. I think this is where I want to turn. Sorry. I think I'm gonna go get fuel though, over here. You know, actually I got enough fuel. I could go across. Well, let's see, how much do I have? It's only 60. Yeah, I'll go grab fuel quick. I could probably go across, but then I might not have enough to come back. If I had more in the roof rack or in the trunk bed, I'd be comfortable with going over there and coming back and then just filling up off the semi-trailer on the next map, but I don't think we'll have enough. I'm fine with the missions being long, especially once you get the road network going. I mean, it seems like you can drive pretty much from the far end of one map to the far end of the third. So, that's kind of nice. I like being able to use the, well, not on this save, but being able to use some highway trucks to traverse this highway and then just kind of run your trucks out to the highway truck, you know? It's kind of nice. There's a big dump in Roadcraft I'm gonna clear out. Nice. Do you play on PS4? No, I do not. I'm on PC. Marty says, good games, good food. I'm happy it's the weekend. Very nice, Marty. Yeah, you guys are 6 hours ahead of us, so you're probably just getting done with your workday, huh? Or I should say 6 hours ahead of me, not us, because people are in all kinds of time zones. Loads of tires. They don't sell for much, but I just want to do it. Yeah, I think they're like 50 or 75, or I forget. I know I've scrapped a couple, and I've seen the price. I just can't remember. Alright, I think the fuel station's right here. Yeah, okay. Hey, Rogue, welcome in. How are you doing today, Rogue? Actually, I was gonna go right, but I'm gonna go left. 1836, or yeah, 1838. So that's 6:38 p.m. Oh, I said 6 hours. I guess it's 7 right now. Interesting. Marty, are you an hour to the east of the UK? I don't know what time zone that's called, but is that a oh gosh, is that an hour to the west of you? I think it's an hour east. Oh my gosh. Have you seen Cyrus's video? He cleaned out all the scrap. I have not. I think I've seen the thumbnail of it, of like, or maybe it was some other person, of somebody who's like, you know, basically a before and after, and they had like all the, you know, broken down tractors and tires and stuff, and then the next one they had it like basically a nice paved road and all the stuff was cleared. So JJ going good, trying to finish up work for the day to get to the weekend. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know if it was him. I haven't watched any videos of that, but I've seen a couple of thumbnails pop up. Like I said, I'm not sure if it was his or not, or someone else's, but... "14 likes, thank you, Robert." I think Robert also said he gave us a like on the stream. I don't know if I read that one or not, but thank you, Robert. So how far is everybody in the new season? It becomes strangely addictive. I've kind of thought about doing something similar, Teddy, but not actually selling it, just piling it up for fun. Like scavenging all of it around the map and then just throwing it into a huge pile. Like each thing gets its own pile. So you'll have like one pile of tractor. What I'm thinking is like on the roadside. So you'll be like driving, and then there'll be like, you know, you take down all the trees and kind of like make it its own little area. But you'll have like a big pile of tractors, a big pile of small tires, a big pile of the medium tires, a big pile of scrap metal, a big pile of concrete chunks. Like just as you're driving past, like a bunch of different piles. I think it'd be kind of funny. Rex says 5%. Wait, did I miss the turn? No, I didn't. Okay. I'm gonna get off for a while, relax my feet on some pillows. Alright, hopefully you get better, Deluxe. Hopefully your legs start to feel better. It doesn't sound like a fun situation, so... but thank you for stopping in. Have a good rest of your night. I know you said you're not streaming today, but... hopefully the next time you do goes well and you get to 200. And stay there. We have an hour difference to Great Britain. Okay. I think for some reason I thought you were in the same time zone, Marty. Your time changes on the 26th of October by an hour earlier. I don't know when ours changes, but I think it's like early November. Weezer says 20%. That's a bit. Oh, I remembered, or I kind of forgot I have that truck with some fuel. Although it's only got like 160, I think. There's a video of a guy who collected all forklifts, a huge collection. I saw a video of a guy who said like, this was like really early on in Roadcraft. Marty is 20% as well. So far, I'm concentrating on clearing the main road in all 3 maps. That's kind of where I'm at, Marty. Actually, what am I at? I'm at 24%, but I do have a good chunk of the watchtowers and upgrades found. Actually, I only got 4 out of 6 upgrades and 10 out of 13 watchtowers. I thought I had all the upgrades, but I guess, yeah, I never did run all the way to the far end of the third, well, I'm considering it the third map in this scenario because I'm in the far other one. But we still got 2 upgrades. I think they're both in the third map from here. And then I think one of the watchtowers is here or something. I can't remember exactly. Alright, well, we gotta go to the left, and then we gotta get some, oh, what is it called? Oh, in the top right, vehicle spare parts. And then we gotta repair our vehicle as well. We gotta buy some parts. Our suspension is half broke. So actually, last time I forgot to do this, now to go back. So let me just repair it now. And then we can just buy parts when we go through. Not have to worry about coming back and repairing it again. But I'm not in a hurry. I enjoy every contract. I'm not either, Marty. I've learned through playing this game that when I get in a hurry, it just makes the game less fun. Like if I'm like, oh, I have to finish this and I have to finish that, and then I tip over, I just get like annoyed and frustrated, you know? So I've kind of, I learned this very early on. I just kind of go with the flow, whatever happens, we tip over, whatever, big deal, you know? It's part of the game. Whereas if you're rushing, like, oh, I have to complete these 4 things, then when you don't, you kind of get, like I said, frustrated or mad or whatever. So, that's service. Okay, vehicle. That's one thing that I started doing now is just auto loading, because I don't really need the money or care too much about the money right now. So, save us a little bit of time here and there. Let's buy some parts. I'm going to move this out of the way. Yeah, and I find more enjoyment when I'm not trying to rush through it, because if I don't like meet the goals of what I had like kind of in my head. Actually, that's probably I was gonna say it's probably a bad idea to park right on the fence there. It might send me flying one time. Oh well, we'll see. But yeah, I just kind of play it, and however far we get is however far we get, you know. Sometimes we have unproductive episodes where we flip over 3 times and have to go back and fix it. Or, you know, maybe we just run around and fix and fuel our trucks, you know. Like sometimes that happens, you have to do some fleet maintenance. But I don't know, if I'm rushing, I'm just, for some reason it makes me have less fun. I just kind of go with it, and whatever we get done, we get done. Because when you finish, I'm sorry, when you rush, mistakes happen, which makes it take longer. That's true. That is definitely true. For me, usually what happened was once I get towards the end of the stream, and I'm like, crap, I gotta get off in like 10 minutes. That's kind of when I start to hurry. And it's kind of funny, when I first started streaming, I did that a whole bunch. And it kind of became like a thing that I would just rage quit at the end. I don't actually like rage quit, but I would flip over my truck and be like, all right, well, that's the end of the episode, because I'm not going to come out and rescue it. You know, I only have like 3 minutes left, and it'd take me, you know, 5 minutes to get there and 3 minutes to flip it over or whatever. So I'm like, all right, that's where we're going to end. And so, yeah, it kind of became a thing, because it always happened at the end when I'm rushing to try and finish off the last contract, you know? Like, I'd be 50% there, and I'm like, okay, I only got to go, you know, like, say 7 more minutes and I'll be there, and I'm trying to, like, rush to get it done in 5, like, and then I'd flip over, and then, yeah. So I'd just be like, all right, wherever we're, you know, even if I'm 50% done at the end of the stream, that's just where we'll end it. We'll be at 50%. We'll just stop and finish it when we start up the next time. So I stopped trying to finish everything. That's the way she goes, yep. Rage quitting is my thing. Yeah, it's kind of a joke or like a meme, but I wouldn't say I actually like rage quit, because I don't really get angry. Well, I get angry, but not usually about video games, or really much at all. But for me, it's also a way of acknowledging the work the devs did for the season, right? I feel like I'm decent percentage-wise, but I know I said this before. It's kind of an inflated percentage for me. It's, you know, if you count how much time this will actually take, like it's probably over 100-hour region, and I'm like 10 hours in or something. Probably more than that, but you know, 15 hours in, so I should be at like 15%. Oops. But the game says I'm at 25 just because it's counts every single thing, every watchtower, every upgrade as a percentage. The last rage quit I saw was Rex on Roadcraft. That's funny. He's got the Rexy roars. I should probably move this truck because this part's getting pretty muddy in here. I think we'll go pull it forward a little bit. Come on, there we go. I was like, just attach, please. I was going to try and move the truck, but I think if I do it the way that I wanted to do it, it'd probably block me. It'd get in my way, so. Jeez, look how muddy that is. It looks like it's pretty solid ground, but then you get up here and it's just not. Alright, let's park this right over here. I should have probably gone the opposite direction because I want to go towards the fuel station. Oh well. Or you know what, maybe I could drop some in here. It does have a full tank. Let's do... Oh, it's from the Hercules. There we go. There. Okay. So now I've put a little bit more fuel in there, so I shouldn't have to run back quite as much. Because we're going to drive past that semi and I want to steal the rest of the fuel out of there. Hopefully we have enough to get there, though. I'm not sure if I'm on the right path here. Nope, definitely not. I should have turned back there. Oh, I should have turned right where the car was. Okay, dang it. Well, then I might need that fuel then. I think it was when you tried to use the big crane to put the Wayfarer back upright. I think I remember that day because I'm pretty sure I was there with Fox and maybe I think Nacho was there too, if it's the one that I'm thinking of. Yeah, the Hercules. It's funny because all the trucks just look small. Even something like the Yar, you know, you put that up there and it's just like, oof, man. Or like against the burlak too. Okay, I'm gonna go right. Mark says that was a true rage quit day. I was alone with Rex that day? Oh, okay. For some reason I don't remember which one that was then. I remember a time when Rex flipped over and then got kind of frustrated at the end of the stream and got like stuck in the mud. I don't know if that was the one. I feel like that's probably not right. Hey, Billy Goat. Welcome in. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Not a big deal, right? Oh shoot, it looks like we got the truck on the bridge. I think I tried to stop it just before it. If I remember right, I stopped it just on the side. Mr. Samuel, welcome in. It was Incommunicado map, I think. Maybe I'm just not remembering, Marty, but I don't remember any rage quits on that map. I thought most of them happened on Sunken. Well, maybe most of them did, but I don't remember. I can't remember a single instance on that map. But again, I can't remember this specific rage quit anyway, so it doesn't help. Oop. Rex says the point Marty is making is I rage quit. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see if we can squeak by. Nice. Wait, did I take all the fuel out? I did not. That thing's full. Steal just a little bit back. We put some in the Hercules. We'll steal some back. It was on Sunken. Okay. I just remember the first time when we had. I think it was the first time we had Nacho in there, and it was like. I know Fox was there. We were trying to do a bunch of those pipes or something, and we had like 9, I think it was, like 3, 3, and 3, something like that. And this was back when if you loaded up the trailers like a ton, it would make their suspension go weird, and then they would just like start rolling basically. And so the truck was basically doing. What did we call it? We were gonna say we're gonna call it the crocodile death roll or something, but we renamed it to the alligator death roll because we have the crocodile in SnowRunner, I think. Hey Artem, welcome in. Mr. Weezer, bye. See you later. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good rest of your night. We'll see you in the next one. Artem, again, welcome in. We got both Artems popping in at the same time. Interesting. Still warm weather. The harvest season is in the air, I think, saying there. Lots of vegetables, but almost 0 apples. We have like maybe 10 apple trees. They have a ton of apples. Alligator death toll, yeah. Not the death roll, it's the toll you pay if you use the alligator. The almighty F350, yeah, the 750 here. Dang it, roll. X will be right back. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, on to the next one. I think somebody said there's like 3 or 4 stages for this. So the first one we did, we brought the rail sections. The second one we brought a trailer, and then now we're bringing the parts. And so I think there's 1 or 2 more after this that we still have to do. I'm gonna stop here. Wait. Okay, so this is called the start of a long journey. I want to see which one unlocks after that. Oops, hang on, sorry. Foster's, Express. Okay, we got empty containers that gotta go here. That's from the 3rd map. And then filled containers, rail sections again, metal beams, concrete. Dang, that's a lot of work. Okay, well, it looks like all of it has us going back to the left. We should probably, how much fuel do we have? Probably should fuel up. Let me bring that down. I'm gonna grab some fuel over here. We'll take the trailer with us just because. We're just gonna grab as much as we can. Alright, and then we'll top up on the truck. Or top up the Ford truck is what I meant to say. So we should be able to drive it there. Drive the Ford there and back, and then just use up the rest of the fuel we got from here. Artem says lucky JJ because we have a lot of apples. I have a lot of potatoes and beets. That's good. I remember last year you had a lot of photos. This is the final stage, says Mr. Koski. It looks like there's one more. I have not delivered the crane yet, Artem. It's weird talking to two different Artems. This year is the year of potato, I guess. Yeah, I love potatoes. I don't think there's a bad way of making potatoes. I mean, you can mash them, you can bake them, you can fry them. Like fries, fry them. I guess you could fry them too. I don't think there's a bad way of having potatoes. Chicken and potatoes are two elite foods. Yeah, I love potatoes. Like, even if it's potato wedges or fries or mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, like they're all good. We actually have a lot of potato farms around where I live because the soil's really good for it. So you can usually get them pretty cheap from here. You can get like 50 pounds for 10 bucks, I think. Sounds right. I don't know what that is in kilos or kilo/euro pricing, but somebody could probably do the math. I wonder if this year will be mushrooms, because last year I only saw one. It was thick. It's a thick one. I haven't used the earth roamers in ages, but I'm currently enjoying the Apache. I wish I could tow trailers with the Apache. I mean, I wish I could tow with pretty much all the Scouts just to make them more useful, but whatever. Alright. Do tasks have stages? No. Well, actually, yes. Some of them can. Most of the stages are in contracts because they'll have you do something and then do something else, but there are some stages and tasks, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but I believe all of them are in vehicle, or at least most of them are in vehicle like recovery missions. Like, you'll get the plaid if you do this, so it'll be like move the plaid from point A to point B, and then refuel and repair would be the second stage. But I suppose there are some like that are just trucks you don't get. There's probably, because obviously there's tons of missions throughout the entire game, there's probably some other ones that are multiple stage tasks, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Artem says they grow like weeds in our garden. You don't even need soil for potatoes. There's a lot of potato farms around here. Mr. Samuel retracted his message, which he said November 2nd. Here is daylight savings time. Depends on which species of potato. Some are harder to grow. In Cola, there's lots of tasks with stages. That's true. Yeah, you're right, Artem. Because they're like, go from point A to point B, and then go from point B to point C, and then point C to point D, and they don't unlock some of the next points. Some of them do, but some of them don't. You have to like go to this point before the next point would unlock. The ones that I can think of the most are vehicle unlocks, though, where it's like move the vehicle, then repair it and refuel it, and then it's yours or whatever. But I'm sure there's other ones that I just haven't. I guess none of them stand out in my mind, but I know they're out there. Ah, got a 15 and 6 combo meal there. Alright, just 1 second. I gotta check something. Here we go. Alright. Let's get this delivered. Ooh, got the stuff cleared. It looks weird now. It's just empty. I just love the animations though. You know, when you can actually like see the progress happening. So Sam again saying November 2. Which one did that unlock? So 2 empty containers, 2 filled containers. Each of those is a trip in itself. And then we got 2 rail sections, which would be, well, 1 trip of metal beams, 1 trip of wood planks, and then another trip of metal beams, and then another. Well, actually, we could do the cement plus the wood, I guess, if they're close. Which I don't know if they are, but. Hey, June, welcome in. I'm gonna try and reverse this. Good enough. Alright, I know the name of only 2 species of potato variety, Estrella, the yellow ones, and Picasso, yellow with pink spots. Huh. Yeah, I don't know many names of them either. We have little red ones, and russet potatoes and Yukon Golds are the 3 names that I know. JJ, I had a 290 damage plus 2 destroyed tires in SnowRunner today. That's impressive. That's a lot of damage. I remember one time in season 10, I can't remember how much I took, but it was on a video on that crossing right by the ferry there. At least I think that's where it was. And I took like, I don't even remember, or like I don't even want to guess because I have no idea where it was, but it was like a crazy high amount of damage like that, like 200-300. I like Picasso's paintings. Never mind, I don't. Why don't you like Picasso's paintings? The Picasso one reminded me of Fluttershy from My Little Pony. I don't know what that is. Well, I know My Little Pony's like a show, but I don't know what Shutterfly or Fluttershy is. Yes, next month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Mr. Sam. My nose itched and I scratched it. That was my downfall. That's funny. Hello, Liz. Welcome in. Yeah, it's a good question, Artem. Why is it specific to breast cancer? That is weird. Never thought about that. Like, why not just all cancers? Maybe because it's like the most common? Or I guess I don't even know if it is the most common. I know it's pretty common though. Anyways, gotta go. See you later, Artem. Appreciate you stopping in. Have a good rest of your night. We shall see you in the next one. Alright, let's refuel. Yeah, I still got a lot of fuel in there. Wait, 160. There we go. The pony with the yellow and pink colors, which I love animals. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't ever seen the show. I don't know which pony that is. So many roads and only one truck driving. I know, they gotta spice things up a little bit, make it more alive. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have brought some other truck with a trailer so we could have picked up the wood. Cause yeah, we don't have anything else that can pull. I guess way over here we do still have this earth roamer, but oh, I gotta go there. Nice. So, oh, that's the empty containers? Or way up there. This one seems like it'd be much better. But I don't know if it actually would, because if we go up and down this whole trail, right? Go through the town, go down, this bridge is out. So then we'd have to go down through here. I guess that's not that bad there and back. But if we had that bridge, we could just follow that all the way around. This kind of looks like it could go out there as a road, but then it just kind of ends. So I don't think you can go across that in any way. But if this was Roadcraft, just build a road right across here and then go up through there. I think I'll go north. Go grab it up there. I didn't remember that I took some more suspension damage. I'm hoping after we fix this, because there's that other bridge that I was just talking about that's out. I think that's the last part on this map that we'd have to fix to be able to run the whole map on the highway. Oh, there we go, 15 and 6 combo meal. Marty says, I'm finally using the 57X more in Washington. Perfect for the main roads in my opinion. I remember when the 57X came out. It was during Season 8 and I was using it like off the roads, just driving around. It was pretty difficult, but it was also kind of fun. Because that area is kind of like probably the most flat region because they want you to get those trucks around you now. So that was interesting. Mr. J, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh, we blew a tire on that, dang it. Back left. Too many 15 and 6 combo meals. It's making us fat. Or should I say flat? You're doing good. That's good to hear. It's a little bit easier to be good on a Friday, isn't it? If you're in school, you know, school's out. If you're an adult. Probably majority of the time, at least, you got the weekend off, but depending on what industry you're in, you might... Weekends might be more busy, or or maybe you work to your full 5 days and still have to work overtime on the weekend. That's a thing as well. Season 8 is my favorite. I don't know very many people who say that Season 8 is their favorite, Marty. I think you... Wait, why am I stopping here? I think you and... trying to remember. It's Bryce's sister, Pearl. Bryce, who was in here earlier, I think he started lurking. His sister, Pearl. Okay, we want to go left. Actually, you know what? Let's fix that tire. Do you think it's a good idea that there are a lot of paved roads? I like the idea of having one paved road from one map to the other. So if they had a road that went from like way up here and maybe it went through here and then across and kind of came down all the way to the gateway, I would like that. Like this one, it kind of, you know, obviously the road that I just built was kind of straight, but this one kind of goes around. This map actually has a lot of paved roads. But yeah, I kind of like having it just like this, where it's like, it kind of goes all the way across the map and then it goes all the way up to the gateway. So then if you're off in any of these sections way over here, this is all off-road, you know? So I kind of like having a little bit of road, but not too much. This one, kind of the same thing, it swerves all over the place. But once we get to here, we'll have to fix this bridge still, and then we'll have to fix the dam. But then it'll be good road all the way, pretty much the rest of the way. I just noticed there's a house right there, or it looks like a house. Something. That's kind of funny. I had to have drove past that before. Yeah, basically what Marty is saying, don't be fooled by the main road. You still have to do some off-roading. So I like having one road that kind of goes from one map all the way to the other. That's good. I don't need an extensive road network, but it's nice to be able to use the highway trucks and drive them from one side to the other. So Yukon so far is my favorite. Snake says snake, or sorry, Jay says snake. Yukon is boring. How dare you like that region? I like this map. It's autumn atmosphere, very calm and relaxing. Yeah, don't be fooled by the main roads. You still have to do a lot of off-roading. Yeah, this map has a lot, like just this mission. We have to go grab 2 empty cargo containers, then we gotta go grab 2 full cargo containers, then we gotta go back and grab at least 4 beams, 2 wood planks, and 2 cement. And then we gotta change 2 of those, the planks and beams into rails, and then deliver 2 rails. So like, it's a lot of driving. Sort of like we were talking about earlier with rushing Marty. First time I went through Yukon, I was playing catch-up. So, what was it? Well, I came back to the game when Season 4 had just come out. And so I played the main 3 regions. I wasn't putting it on YouTube at the time. I played the main 3, and then Season 5 came out, and I switched up to 5. And then went back to Dakola, because I just, finished the main 3. And then, I can't remember exactly how it broke down, but basically it was 5, then back to 1, then up to 2, then up to 6, then back to 2, then up to 7, I think, and then back to 3, and then I think I did 4, and then 8, because 7, there was a huge gap between 7 and 8. And so finally from 8 on up I've been caught up, but I remember the first time I played through Yukon, I did not like it because I was trying to play catch up and there was so much stuff to do. So I'm going to go through here, repair the truck again, and then we'll go up this way to there. Mr. Zeb, welcome in. I don't really like Yukon because you have to go the same road every time. Yeah, that is true. There's a lot of the same road because you have to go from one map to the other. I mean, there's multiple gateways, but the one gateway is just not practical. Like, there's just no reason to, because you have to go way up the mountain and around to get there. And so it's just not really useful. This time we are luckily have an almost main road, not like Tamir. Well, the roads in Tamir seem to have potholes all over the place. You can't, like, it's hard to drive a truck down the roads in Tamir and not take at least one 15 and 6 combo meal. Like, you can drive down those roads and get multiple combo meals just driving. Like, doing nothing wrong but just driving. We got Rogue and Jay, you say hi to Zeb. Very nice. Somebody said they've never seen empty containers. That was Jay as well. Yeah, this is a new cargo in Season 16. Alright, yep, we're fully fixed. Good to go. This year, we yet again will have a lot of pumpkins. Crazy thing is, we still have... Oh my goodness. Read and chat. Good thing we're right at the... Right at the repair place. Dude, that might have put your gave yours a run for its money, Marty. Totally broke my suspension, broke a tire, almost broke my fuel tank, broke a little bit of the engine. Oh jeez. That was a lot of damage. Let's see. 75, oh no, that wasn't that bad. 10, 75, and 46 in one. Not too bad, actually. I thought it was worse. Okay. Crazy thing is we still have 2 that are lying in the house from last harvest and haven't gone bad. I don't know how that's yeah, how is that possible? Wouldn't they be bad after like a month or 2? Have you checked to make sure they're not made of plastic? They're not fake pumpkins? Can you see who is subscribed to your channel individually? If they have their subscriptions set to public, yes. If they have it set to private, then no, you can't. I would say... I can't remember exactly. But there's like a little thing that you can tell who subscribed to you and when, if they have it public. And then you can scroll back. You can sort by most subscribers or subscribe date. Or I guess most or least, because you can do the opposite. And then subscription date. So you can be like the longest somebody's been subscribed or the most recent. Those are the only 2 filters they have. But yeah, you can see individual names in there. I don't know if you can search for individual names. I've never paid too much attention to it, but maybe you can. They're real ones. One is long, the other is round. Yeah, go ahead and post them in my Discord. I'll check them out later. Let's go right. We want to go to the main road. I think this is faster. Yeah, this will go right to it. Alright. Hey Adam, welcome in. JJ, I posted the 290 crash on Discord. Okay, I haven't. I think I'm... Sorry. Trying to remember. I checked Discord last night, but I don't think I got through all my messages. I think there was a couple that I didn't on maybe the SnowRunner section, so that would make sense. I think I got through all of them on like... I try to at least... For the like self-promotion ones, I try and just give them a thumbs up so you know that I saw it. For most of the other ones, I'll reply if it's somewhat like... If you're having a direct conversation with somebody else, I probably won't reply to every thing, you know, like every back and forth, but I'll read the whole reply and or the whole back and forth and usually reply to 1 or 2 of them. But you did say it happened today, so maybe I didn't get that far, or wasn't there when I looked. Alright, back to the main road. I would love to overload this, but I don't know if they have the full containers here. I feel like the route going back is pretty decent. The only tough part is kind of that river crossing. But where I get the metal beams from, that is a really tough part. So I don't want to overload that, probably. I don't know that I've ever actually been down this road. Hey Sawyer, welcome in. How are you doing, Mr. Sawyer? I feel like I have at some point, but it just doesn't look familiar. I haven't gone down it very much. Flip and Stuck Friday? You said that it was Flip and Stuck Monday and Flip and Stuck Tuesday and Flip and Stuck Wednesday. Why is it Flip and Stuck every day? You gotta switch it up. If it was Flippin' Friday and Stuckin' Saturday, that would make sense. You gotta come up with some more names. Hey Jaren, welcome in. Actually, I don't know if I've grabbed this or not. Let's grab that if I haven't. I have, okay. Jaren, it's gotta be like super early for you, because usually it's early, but oh, that's the only thing I can add on here. Okay, interesting. I thought they had full ones here too, so I could throw a couple more on, but nope. I assumed there were 2 slots. I guess I hadn't even checked. I just thought there would be 2 and I could turn them sideways and fit like 3 or 4. Or maybe have the back one straight and the front 2 sideways and then crane the 3rd one on top of the bed or something. Oh well, doesn't matter now. Should I turn down there? Yeah, I'm gonna turn here. I was thinking about turning here, but I'm like, no, then I have to go back up that awful path right there. Actually, no, it looks like it could go this way. Maybe that's the way I should be going. Yeah, that looks far better than what I've been doing. I keep going up this hill, going down. There's no reason why I can't just go straight. I'm gonna have to try that when I get there. 3:30 a.m. That's crazy, man. I have not touched it, Marty, no. The only thing, well, I don't know if I've even played Roadcraft since I got my computer back. I think I did. No, I definitely did, because I didn't beat it before my computer crapped out. I think I played a little bit of Roadcraft, and then I played a little bit of Roadcraft once the PTS came out, but I've pretty much only been playing SnowRunner. I think I played Farm Sim like once, and GTA a couple times, in Red Dead. Usually whatever I play you guys have seen, although, like I said, I've beat Mafia and Mafia 2. I have all those recorded. I just have to go back through and edit them. That's the only thing that I've played that you haven't seen anything of. When you first said that, I thought you said Power Wash Sim, and I had to read it again. I'm like, no, he did say Car Wash, so... Yeah, I haven't played it again. That was a pretty... I have to reinstall it, I think. I'm pretty sure that was a game I played before my computer went down, so I think I have to reinstall that game. Which I kind of just went with the bare bones stuff when I first got it back. Slowly installing more and more stuff as time goes on, you know, just getting more games that I had and stuff, but... Okay. I should have gone the other way just to see what it was like. Oh well. No, but I did have some fun with that game, Marty. It does seem like a pretty fun game. It's very short, but I don't know. I think if they expand on it, you know how some games just over time they add more and more stuff. I think if they expand on it, it could be pretty cool. The map is just very tiny, and there's not a huge variety of vehicles. There's probably only like 10, 15 maybe. I can't remember. It's been a while. But there's not a lot of vehicles, and so it's, you know, I think once you do a couple of them, it's kind of the same view. You're going to keep getting that pop up. Is this the one? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm still in that one too, Jaren. I haven't played that one in a long time. It's been months for sure. I think the last time that I played it, I didn't record it. I was just gathering some supplies, because that's the thing with that one. It takes so long to gather a bunch. Like, you could play for like 4 hours and just gather a bunch of mud, because you have to keep an eye on your vitals as well. And so you have to, like, oh, I have to go and eat, I have to go and sleep. Like, you can't just work on one thing. Marty says, can't wait for your Mafia videos. Yeah, I think I'll probably post those start posting those next week. Like I said, I got a bunch of shorts to go through and videos, so I'll probably do those. Oh, I'm running out of fuel. Probably do those as we, on the days that we aren't streaming. So it might be like one short and 2 videos, or one short, 2 videos, 2 streams, or, you know, something like that. I don't know. Jaren says, it's a grind. Yeah, it is. Excuse me. Pretty good, man. I've been working so much, been missing your streams. That's a valid excuse. I'll let you go on that one. Don't forget the Rage Day, Rex. Oh, I somehow missed Rex's other one. Muddy Monday, Tipsy Tuesday, Wreck It Wednesday, Trash Thursday, Flippin' Friday, Sticky Saturday, and Stuck Sunday. I was trying to think of something with an R. Rage Quit. I got nothing. Rage Quit R. We've been transporting 5 slots with the Crocodile, the same truck as we use for the Saddle High, because it's the smallest Saddle High truck, but it's probably also the smallest Saddle Low. I suppose you could probably debate that maybe like the 805 or something else is smaller, but I also wanted to try and limit it to the amount of trucks that we had, so we don't have like an 805 out somewhere and then the Crocodile out somewhere else. And I guess I didn't really think about it this way, but I guess that will make it harder. Well, not necessarily, because I could buy multiple Crocodiles. I could have 6 of them out on the maps at a bunch of different, you know, Saddle Low and Saddle High places, so. But at least that way it's just one single truck, or like one, I guess not single truck, but one, how do I say it? One truck it's the same kind of truck? I don't know. Every day is Rage Quit Day. Yeah, one model, there we go. I was like, they're all the same model of truck at least. It just makes it easier, because basically there's 4 trucks that are not Scouts that we use in the series. We got the farming truck, the Ancatra, Saddle Low, Saddle High, the Crocodile, long logs, the Actaeon, and then everything else, sort of catch-all, is the GMC MH9500. So far, we've only used it for a log crane, but if we have to use it for anything else, metal detectors are optional. They're recommended, but they're not required, so we can not have to do that. The only thing I'm not really sure about is the big crane, because there are some spots where there's some really heavy cargo that's got to get lifted, and I'm not sure if the small yellow cranes here will be able to do it. So Like, I'm thinking of... There's one spot that Spoon mentioned to me, like, last week or whatever. Season 10, there's, like, those power... like, supports or whatever. Whatever you want to call them, I don't know what the correct name would be. But for those... controllers sometimes doesn't like to work for the attachments. For those, you have to, or at least you are supposed to lift them all the way up and put them... Ah, crap. Put them on top of the thing to deliver them, but there was, I guess, an exploit before where you didn't have to put them up, you just had to drive them in. So you could drive them in the zone at the very bottom and get them delivered and didn't have to bring them all the way up. So I'm not sure if there's anything like that. I know there's a big boiler in Season 5 and I think Season 12 as well. But basically my strategy is, or my plan is, just play the game as we go, and if we run into something that we can't do with scouts, then we'll have to adjust the rules a little bit to allow for something else to do it, which more than likely is just going to be the GMC. But if there's a smaller truck that can do whatever needs to get done, we'll use the crocodile or actaeon or Oncatra if we need, you know, like for example farming. Marty says, a friend of mine had a rage quit. He threw his controller across the room. He fixed his stick drift by doing that. That's hilarious. But how do you deliver that heavy crane with the crocodile? Cyrus did it and suffered. Surrender, I guess? No, we're not surrendering. If he did it, then it's obviously doable. So we'll do it. You gotta have faith. I think I gotta turn here. I don't know why you guys like to give, not you guys specifically, but some of you guys like to give up so easily. Like, you just said Cyrus suffered and did it. So that means it's possible. If it's possible, that's all I need to hear. Possible means doable. Yes, Rex says, no surrender! And I agree with the all caps on that one. Normally I yell at people for all caps, but I approve of that one. No surrender. Get it done. Oh, he quit with the crocodile? He didn't do it. Oh, you said he did it and he suffered, so I assumed he did it. Never give up. Exactly. That is one thing that I don't like. Quitters. Unless you're rage quitting, like Rex, then it's fine. Because at least that way it's entertaining. I had to poke Rex a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna get a screenshot here. That looks good. Rex says that's fair. Alright. I think we'll drive to the gateway and then I probably gotta end stream. I gotta get off here. Rex says JJ or Master JJ will do it. I don't rage quit, I just go back another day and try again. Usually works. Yeah, exactly. Once you get away from the game, cool down, come back to it, that can be helpful sometimes. Because in the moment you can get really frustrated, but when you come back like a couple hours later or a day later or something, you're like refreshed and like good and ready to go. Give it another try. Bro, watch the video, you're doomed. I don't know the path that it has to go, but I bet we can do it. I bet Cyrus just didn't have the patience. But also I mean, we are kind of cheating by using another truck to help pull us when we need it. So it's not fully on the crocodile to do it all. We're able to have 2 scouts. So 1 scout, the crocodile, attached and pulling it, and then another, well, I guess not 2 scouts, I said that wrong. Did I just see a frog jump? I think I just saw a frog jump on the left side of the screen there by the rocks. Might have been the first one I've seen this season. I don't know if I saw the right thing or I'm seeing things, but... The point is not suffering, the point is getting it completed. Completing it in the way that you wanted it completed, I guess, if that makes sense. So we're trying to do everything with small trucks, basically scouts or very small trucks. So if we use anything other, then we're sort of cheating. So pretty much it has to get done that way for this save. He's not a master like you, buddy. I appreciate that, Rex. I mean, I think most things in life are, if you're persistent, you'll eventually get it. Like, if you just keep trying, basically don't give up like Marty said, or never surrender like Rex said, if you just keep trying, you'll eventually get it. Like, obviously there's some things where people are like, oh, I want to be a billionaire. Like, you know, some things you gotta be a little bit more realistic about, but for probably most everyday things, if you keep trying, you'll eventually get it. It's kind of like the old saying, practice makes perfect. You keep trying, you'll eventually, For example, if we keep getting the crocodile stuck, just keep trying, eventually we'll get out. Let's see, we're at 25%. We completed 1 thing. I think a lot of people don't like the way that I'm doing this series, because like some of the times... Oh crap, I said I had to go. We'll pick this up next time. Oh, I should have fueled up there too. Crap. Because they want me to use some bigger trucks and make progress faster and stuff, but it's just not the way that I want to play it, so that's the way it's going to be. I'm going to see if Nathan is still live. Nathan was streaming earlier. If he is, we're going to raid him, because he's raided us a couple of times, and I usually ended after him, but now we're probably going to start ending before him, so maybe we can raid him. Let's see, he's still live. Okay, we're going to go send you guys over to Nathan Province, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. Say hi to Nathan for me, and yeah, we'll see you, have a good weekend. See you in the next one. Peace.